Shout out our sponsors, GW Competitions. They run regular draws for you to win different prizes from cash to Rolexes to cars and all sorts. It's all legit and the draw is run through the Google number generator. And the prize is delivered the next day, and if it's cash, it's transferred the same day. The draws are run on Facebook Live and Instagram Live. And you got to be in it to win it.
Ayo, we made this. Ammo 7 did it again.
So we're back again, Big Ego Media, my first ever part 2. What's going on?
No, man. I'm here.
So what am I calling you? Marlon, Raver, what are we saying?
Whichever you want to call me, man. Marlon, it's all right. You understand? You know me already.
Yeah.
Go by a name.
So this time around, you said it's no friendship. It's ask the hard questions.
Yeah.
So we're going to go proper into it. So I'll be asking the most difficult questions, and that, well, hopefully I believe they're difficult, and we'll see what your responses are. But first and foremost, I see you're still doing the music, the bashment thing. It's going well. I'm seeing the interaction on Insta. You're doing the radio shows and that. What's going on with that, man?
Do you know what, yeah? Since I've been doing it, it's been well, you understand? Even though I lost my other page, it's just been, for me, I like to keep my mind active in it.
Yeah.
And since I've found myself in the sense of writing and making music, that's been the best part of my journey of life.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why I'm kind of sticking to it and just doing as much as I can.
Do you feel like it's made you find peace?
Yeah, it made me find peace, and it made me find who I am.
Yeah.
You understand? Because, you know, growing up, you know me, I wasn't really expressive or talk a lot. You
Yeah.
understand? So now it's more better for my family because they can see a different side of me.
Yeah.
You understand? Instead of the quiet side that, you understand, everyone knows.
Yeah.
So now I'm more accessible in the sense of I'm more pouring out my feelings, I'm more putting words into action, and, you know?
Well, I was going to say, like, see, you're in a very mild-mannered, very calm temperament. That's not changed. That's the same as before.
Yeah.
Like you said, you never used to speak a lot, but you wielded so much power in Peckham at the time. What was it about you, per se, did you feel that you had all that power?
Do you know what, yeah? For me, it's because sometimes, you know, a lot of people have power and they
Yeah.
abuse power. You understand? And my power wasn't because of me, people being scared of me or fear of me. My power was more of people loving me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know how it goes already. I've helped a lot of people help me. The communication's been always about love. You understand? We never put fear into people. Because you know how the saying is, isn't it? You can't, if you got friends, you can't make your friends be scared of you. If your friend's scared of you, they're not your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to always show that side of, like, understanding that, right, you know what, my friend can be open and say what they want, and, you know what I'm saying to you, not, oh yeah, what is he going to think if I say this or say that?
Yeah.
So that's why for me, it's always about love.
Yeah. I mean, what's the difference between you now compared to the you then?
The difference is, me now, I'm not on the roads, innit? When I was on the roads, you know, I was morely selling drugs.
Yeah.
You understand? I was more like a drug baron. You
Yeah.
understand? So
I was gonna say you said selling drugs, but I'll say you was on this kingpin thing, really.
not really. You understand what I'm saying? Remember, you have to understand, yeah, a stigma is always been there.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's always people saying this and saying that about me. But if people get to know me, they would realize I'm totally different from what people are saying.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been. Even when I went to prison and people were like, what, you're a raver? And I'm like, yeah. And people are kind of shocked in the sense of, you understand? They're kind of shocked in the sense of, you can't be the same person.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because for one, they look at me thinking, you're small, or like, we've heard so much about you.
Yeah.
I don't get, you understand? But I said, nah, like, I've always been me. So for me, people like me for who I've always been.
Yeah.
And a lot of people gravitate to me, you understand, over the years, even in being in prison.
Yeah.
So it's not like I go places and people see me thinking, right, yo, there's never been a problem. If you don't trouble me, there's no problem.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been for us lot, you understand, from where we're from.
I mean, when did you actually start selling drugs, and when did you start getting really big at it? I remember one time my brother told me that you was having a conversation with him. And he's like, yeah, like Marlon told me like he's already bagged like 100 bags and he's got saved that 100 bags. And I think like he must have been like 17, you probably would have been 18, 19 at the time. So when did it start and how did that sort of empire get so big at the time?
For me, like, I started selling drugs when I was in, 14?
Okay.
Because back in the days, like, we used to do so much foolishness. You understand? When we used to go out there and rob the shops and that, you understand? It's like I started to save up my money instead of buying clothes and that, and I just invested it in selling drugs because at the time I was selling weed and everyone smoked weed apart from me. You understand? So I've never smoked weed, and I thought, you know what, I might as well sell it. You understand? And started from then, and from I just kept on going up and up and up and up, and that was it.
So I mean, did someone approach you, or did you just go to someone, or did you have a link already? Did you have a plug?
Do you know what? Yeah, no. Do you know what? Yeah. At the time, you know, like you got the dealers that just sells the little thing here and there.
Yeah.
You understand? And I've got in contact with someone, and from then I just bought from small and start going up and up, and then a big link actually came because obviously of the movements of what was going on at the time, and from that movement it was and escalate even bigger, and just start going the right way realistically. But you know, it's the wrong way, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I done an interview with Fury not too long ago, and he said you was very instrumental in sort of linking up Woolly Road and sort of Peckham at the time as well, and how you was sort of clever in it, that you took food over there, you made everyone like, yo, I've got it, and sort of started distributing that way.
That's what I say to you, like, all right, for me, even when I had it, it was like helping people around me.
Yeah.
So even if people wasn't around me, you know, sometimes you have people, you meet people through people and they're good people. So we just started to communicate and connecting different dots. And for me, when I was selling it, it's like if I see someone that's willing to want to do something for themselves, I help them.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing like, right, you're selling drugs to me, or you understand, I'm sending you OT or nothing like that. It's never been that.
Yeah.
You understand? It's always, right, you can help yourself, but I don't really care. You know what I'm saying to you? Because realistically, me giving you what I was giving you, I wasn't really making nothing from it.
Yeah.
You understand? Apart from selling it for myself. So that's what I started to do with a lot of people around me, and a lot of people actually, you understand, got somewhere with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about it because beforehand, like I said, I used to hang around a lot with your younger cousin, Marvin's younger cousin, right?
Yeah.
So I used to hang around with younger Raver, Crafty, Silence, everyone. And it's a period when I kind of started moving to Woolly Road a bit more. And then I think they must have been about 16, 17. And all of a sudden, them lot started selling drugs. Was it a thing that where you was their first initial, like, yo, you man, like, come in?
No. For me, you understand, for me, I didn't kind of bring anyone around for that, you understand?
Yeah.
They just done their own thing.
Okay.
You understand? People don't, like, for Marv was doing his own thing without me even knowing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Because, you know, for me as a person, I've never, even though I was selling drugs, I'd never tried to get other people to be like, yo, yeah, you should do this or you should do that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? If people do it and they do it, then I'll support them, you understand, however way I can. Apart from that, I don't go to someone and say, well, I think you should sell drugs, you know, I think you'll be good at it. No, never been that.
I mean, obviously there's a situation where Marv is ended up going to jail for murder. At that time, how did you feel about that situation?
All right, that situation is deeper than we all know, you understand? Because we know that murder that took place, Marvin wasn't even involved in it, you understand, in no sense of all it was, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he was trying to stop a fight between two friends, you understand, and it escalated. And then people just end up turning on him when it comes to the court.
Yeah.
You understand?
I mean, once he's got that life sentence, how's the family feeling at the time?
Do you know what, all right, put it like this. When that case was going on here, there was other people, you understand, there's things that we know that people don't know.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? But because we don't get involved in the police situation, we didn't jump up and say, right, this is how it go. That's what, you know what I'm saying to you? There's the evidence. We just left it and say, right, look, you know what, you're going to have to deal with it, you know? Because we jumping up and say to the police, oh yeah, here's the arm, you know what I'm saying to you? Here's the weapon, or here is, we just didn't do that. That's not us. We just said, you know what, we have to just deal with it how it is.
But even for the situation itself, in regards how it escalated, I guess, is it because of our kind of silly loyalties that we have to sort of Peckham and Ghetto, because the whole thing was that it was someone that originally had come from Lewisham and he was hanging around with a couple of people, and it was like, why are you guys letting them hang around? I mean, looking at it now as an older person, do you see that shouldn't have been happening in the first place, really?
Do you know what? Remember, you have to understand here, they was friends.
Yeah.
You can try to say to you, even though they was from a different side of area, they was all friends. And that's what, you understand? But you know how it goes sometimes. It get complicated because people get involved with other people, and then other people carrying feelings. Because sometimes we know this situation that we've been in over the years of Peckham and Lewisham, you know what I'm saying to you, it's never been a thing like, we don't even know where it came from. You know what I'm saying to you? A lot of people know it's been extended from way before our time. You can say that it's just something that's been carried on over the years and years and years, and it just escalated, and it just became a postcode thing, you know what I'm saying to you? And it just, like you said, a lot of things has happened over the years, you know what I'm saying, that we can't actually talk about, but it just, I don't know, because most of the people now, I'll say hello, you know what I'm saying, to them and that, because like I said, we didn't get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like me knowing you, I know you, and you know what I'm saying? But with other people from the other area, we didn't get to know them. They didn't get to know us. So we're just against each other for no reason, realistically.
And that's the thing, is it just that the older generation before us and the older part sit down like, yeah, we don't like the area. I mean, what made you at the time not like different areas? Is it something that was told to you?
Nah, like I said to you, when I went my era of time, it was like a inherited beef, basically. You understand? So it was going on. It wasn't a thing like it was going on. It was active everywhere. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's not like, we have choice, because they was coming down, we was going up. So it was continuously back and forth. You can try to say to you. So it's an inherited beef that a lot of people can't even tell you where it stemmed from.
Yeah. So I know you started sort of writing, I mean, the first interview that we spoke about it, sort of writing music way afterwards. At the time, your interest wasn't really in music, but that whole period when the whole SN1 movement came, 'cause I remember when I done sort of the story of gigs that had created SN1, and someone said in the comments, nah, Raver created SN1 as the sort of a team, basically. Do you remember any sort of history around that whole name at the time?
No, SN1 has always been Peckham, you know what I'm saying to you? And obviously, that's always been a part of me, my team, you understand? It's not a thing like I made it up, or you understand? It was
the actual name, do you remember who made it the name at all?
It was more like, remember, Grind was doing music from the start, you understand? So it was more like, it's complicated in the sense, I can't remember exactly what was going on, but at the time, we tried to separate ourselves from everyone else, because you know, sometimes people say Peckham and everyone taking that Peckham glory to themselves, you understand? But when you kind of look down and look back at it, like the only people that was morally active out here was my lot, you understand, which is SN1, you understand? And that's all it was. So we just said, you know what, we had to be separate from other people, because everyone had their own little gang. Even though we're from Peckham, everyone had their own gang, you know what I'm saying to you? But the main people that kind of carried the flag for the last decades was us. Sometimes people say, oh yeah, Peckham, but it's not the whole of Peckham. You understand? It's the few that's been doing it and kept it that, you understand, and kept the unity there, in the sense of, right, you know what, like, this is happening. It's like, yo, Peckham, man, but it's never been, you know what I'm saying to you? It's only Peckham, man, when we say, listen, everyone, let's go and, you know what I'm saying to you, go do this or stick together. Apart from that, that was it. I can say, people, whether they like it or not, they know the truth behind everything, you know what I'm saying to you? And I can always, and I will say, my lot is mostly the main, you understand, thing from Peckham.
So I want to talk you through an incident, not to get into names, but there was someone that was sort of like right-hand man kind of thing. And there's one time that I just hear stuff from the streets myself, I'm not always there, but like apparently he's ended up robbing your drugs or your money. You know what I'm talking about?
Who? I never had a right hand. Who?
No, not a right hand, but it's one of the youngers that we were around, and there's an incident where someone's told you that he's planning to try to.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
How did you feel at the time when you heard that? Because that's someone that was.
For us, remember, you have to understand, for us, like for my other lot, we've been close, you understand? Like me and Knox has been close from school. You know what I'm saying to you? Me and Gigs and that, we grew up in the sun after a certain time, you know, because when I just came over.
Yeah.
So that was always my squad, you understand, always my team. And other people, we just bring them in, and bringing people in, I was warned by a lot of people saying, right, we shouldn't bring certain people around us because their motive and their, what's it called, is different from us. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, because sometimes you got to have snakes. They're just snakes, innit? You understand? You're always going to get snakes, regardless of how good you do for people. They're always going to, you know, something. There's always going to be certain people that not grown like that. So when they start seeing certain things, they're either going to envy, but we know they can't do it face to face. It's as simple as that. So they're always going to try to do it behind your back. You know what I'm saying to you? Because they know if we know face to face, it's going to be problems. And that's the problem they don't want. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I didn't even pay too much attention to it apart from, okay, that was it.
I mean, like I said, we're not going to get into the intricacies of everything because I have to be real with you today. I mean, it wasn't just this is it, because I remember one person outside of Sumner Road that bit saw him and under your kind of guidance.
I was there. That day I know what you're talking about. I was there. You understand? But it was like a thing like, they knew, you understand? They just didn't think that we was going to be out there like that because obviously we're always active, you understand, doing what we're doing. So that time when they saw us, they was like walking and whatever, doing what they're doing. And they were shocked, but you know us as a person, like, we don't care, innit? You know what I'm saying to you? We've never been the person that, Ram, I need to be bad. They know the levels of badness. You know what I'm saying to you? So sometimes people can say, yo, I'm this and I'm that, Man, you never see us get involved and say anything. You know what I'm saying?
Did it break your heart a little bit that was the thing that had happened at the time?
You know what, it didn't break my heart because other people that was loyal came and told me. You understand? And the reason why they're loyal to man, because of the goodness man done for them. You understand? That person was a sort of grateful person because, like I said, I've done a lot of good for a lot of people, and he was just one of them person. Just, it's always been a snake. You know, like I said to you, he's been a snake from time. Remember, he wasn't my friend. He was Marv's friend. You know what I'm saying to you? He was other people's friends. So for us, with my lot, we've been family. You know what I'm saying to you? With Gigs, Sven, we've been family. You understand? It's never been like, we don't look at each other like outsiders. You know what I'm saying? To everyone else that's around, if they're not family, you're outsiders. And that was an outsider.
Is that anything? Is that a situation as time has moved on that it can ever be a sort of reconciliation? Like, you know what, I'll give you a pass. You were young.
No, I don't listen. I've seen people, man. I don't have to listen. I've seen people, and
I mean, not the thing that where there's ever going to be any issues, but it's like be cordial, like nod of the heads, and you know.
Yeah, I've seen people, man. But like I said to you, like, they know where we stand, innit? You know what I'm saying to you? They know where we stand because they've been around and they've seen how active we've been. You understand? Remember, you have to understand, some people, the reason why they're bad because they've been around us. You understand? And remember, we've been bad from a long time. It's not like we just, we're going to pick up badness now. You can try to say to you. So this is why sometimes I just don't even pay attention to what other people say and what other people do, because a lot of people claim to be this and claim to be that, but it's the ones that don't claim, you understand, is the ones that kind of hold the stance. You get me?
I'm going to ask you another question. This one, like I said, tough question today. This question might be a little bit more awkward, right? So, I interviewed my brother the other day. Have you had a chance to watch it yet?
A little bit, yeah.
So there's an issue where I spoke to him where he had a fight with someone. And I said, he didn't say names. He said, then someone came to mum's house. That person was you that came to mum's house at the time. Looking at that period now, was it just out of pure loyalty and not, because sometimes we do things that you said out of loyalty without seeing what the facts were.
But when I came, you understand, I didn't come in the sense of I was coming to do anything. I came in the sense of, what's going on? You understand? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying to you? Remember, we all grew up. And it's a thing like, your brother showed me respect and he showed me love over the years. You understand? A little misunderstanding happened. And then I didn't want it to escalate where it escalated to. You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's why I came. You understand? I didn't come on no madman thing or try to break in. You understand what I'm saying to you? It wasn't a thing like that. You get what I'm trying to say to you? But like I said, he knew in a sense, regardless of what would have happened, regardless.
Yeah.
In a sense, in the sense of we was gonna come.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're gonna do that to man's brother. A man's gonna just sit aside and be like, right, you know what? Nah, let's leave it. You know something. But remember this, you know, Smidge, you know Smidge, and
Yeah.
So it's always been a friendship there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna come and disrespect, because sometimes there's morals and respect. You know what I'm saying? Even though you've had a fight with someone in the family or something, we're still gonna come to clear it up.
Yeah.
And so we're not gonna come and be like, rah, what? You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you?
But this my brother said he tried to explain what happened, but obviously when he's gone there, there's been sort of an ambush. So is it a thing that where there was no actual, we're not even going to listen because we're all upset? Because on the other hand, he told me there's other people close to the situation who was telling him, nah, good for doing that, because like we've always been family, as you said. It's always been like cool and everything, and that he didn't think that would.
It wasn't an ambush, because it can't have been an ambush.
No, because he said that he only saw you at the beginning. And obviously when he's gone through the, what you call it, you just see everyone else there.
Yeah, but
at the
remember
time.
this, you know. All right, remember this, you know. Seeing me, you know, seeing me there, you know, you're good. You know what I'm saying to you? But if other people get to you before me, then there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
You can trying to say to you. So just because I was there doesn't mean that I'm going to be like rah, rah, in the sun. Even though I understand what you're saying, like it weren't a thing that I'm going to be rah, I'm going to, in a sense, because you know me already. I'm active. It would have been. It wouldn't have took him to go past me to get to them.
Yeah.
You can trying to say to you. I would have attacked straight up. But like I said to you, like I know, in a sense, M from a very long time.
Yeah.
So we come from far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So like I said, a little misunderstanding happened, and other people might have been boosting it, but I'm not the other. You know, so I'm different from other people. And that's what I'm saying to you. Like, I didn't come on like Rare, because you know, if I came, it would have been a problem. You know what I'm saying? If I came, I would have come either with something or I'm coming to do something. You know what I'm saying to you? But it wasn't a thing like that. It was just like, rah, you know what? I think at the time, Smidge phone man and say, rah, this happened and that happened. And he felt kind of bad because obviously, you know, that's his tight friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say to you? So it weren't a thing like I said, it even escalated worse than that. And for me, I was pissed it even got to that. You know what I'm saying to you? Because it's going to look like, rah, like, man was, you know what I'm saying? Because you know me already, I'm straightforward, innit?
Yeah.
I will tell you, if you have a problem with my brethren, I'm going to tell you straight, like, listen, this can go left, you know, or you can just cut it off from here and we just leave it.
Yeah.
Because if it goes left, I'm going to get involved, you know what I'm saying to you? And I'm not going to tell you, right, no, I'm not going to do nothing, rare. Because I'll tell you straight in your face, whether you like it or not. I'll tell you on the phone, I'll tell you anytime. I say, brother, hey, what I'm saying to you, if you got a problem with my man, it's best you leave it, because if it goes left, I'm coming. You understand? I'm not coming, I'm going to be behind everyone. I'm going to be at the forefront. You can trying to say to you. And that's what I would, like I said, I would have said that blatantly straight.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been no friendship thing. Oh, yeah, wagwan and rare.
Yeah.
I would have come and be like, no. But at that time, like I said to you, it wasn't a thing like, and at that time, I don't think I knew the whole situation, because when I came, it's like I came like sudden. You understand? It wasn't a thing that I knew.
And that's the point I was getting at. Is it a thing that sometimes, because we're out of loyalty, we're just going to go active? The thing I'm saying is this, right? Because a lot of young people in this generation now, right, is something happens, their bedroom calls them, yo, this just happened. Someone goes active and then they go and do something and end up going to jail because of someone else, when that person could have been to blame. And you'd be like, actually, you know what? What happened? Why would my man do that? So sometimes I'm trying to say that, do we sometimes as young people just go without even listening to the facts first sometimes? Is it that situation that you was kind of in at the time?
No, but you know me already, man. I'm always been about the facts of, what happened, you understand? How did it go here? But if it gets to a point that it just gone off straight away, then it's going to go off.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm not going to be like, like, even though, like I said, even though man are family in that year, like if I do wrong, them lot will tell me I do wrong. You know what I'm saying? They won't be like, cool, we know you've done wrong, but you know what? It's gone left already, so we're going to have to just deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say to you. And that's how it is. Like, if it goes left, then we deal with it. But if you're wrong, man's going to tell you you're wrong, regardless. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you've gone wrong, man's going to say, listen, if you didn't do that, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't escalate to this. Remember, some people are not going to say that. Some people will be like, forget that, I don't care, rare. You know what I'm saying? But man's never been like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can have a conversation with anyone and be like, like, you know what? From the ends, they'll be like, you know what? I see Marley, but I know Marley going to phone man and be like, rare, because Marley would have done something. You understand? Because I'm not that person to be phoning him and say, yo, he's here. You know, if I see I'm doing something, straight up. You can trying to say to, so people know that, like, see Marley, nah, Marley's cool, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Because Marley will know, like, Marley's understanding. You understand? People come to me and explain certain things to me and be like, you know what, man knows, man, rare, but you know what, man can do what, you know how it goes, man. You're from the area, so you know, like, it's not a thing like, I'm not saying people are scared of man, you know what I'm saying to you? I'm not trying to put fear into no. We never tried to put fear into no. We never tried to do anything. We just know that if it goes off, we're active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? People say, oh, Peckham this and Peckham that, yeah. Peckham's only called Peckham because of us, not because of everyone else. And a lot of people will never understand that. You understand? Like, people be like, oh, yo, yeah, Peckham now. Ask them what the definition of Peckham is. They can't tell you. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Because of us lot, you understand, in the sense of SN1 and my batch, you understand? Even people saying black gang, this and where, remember, everyone's saying something, you know, but no one knows where that came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say to you? We've been there, we've done, you understand, we've been there, we've done this, we've done that. Like, a lot of these youths nowadays, growing up, they're thinking, oh yeah, they're trying to prove they're bad. You understand? But remember, these guys are only bad when they've got something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? We're bad regardless. You know what I'm saying to you? We're active, whether we have it or not, we're active at any time. You know what I'm saying to you? Because we've been in situations over the years and people seen it. Sometimes people say, nah, these lot are crazy because of the way we go on. You know what I'm saying to you? So I don't, like I said, I don't penny anything apart from, you know what I'm saying, to be reasonable and be diplomatic about a lot of situations. So for me, I'm always the one that's diplomatic. You understand? Giggs is diplomatic at the same time. You understand? We know Giggs is quiet, Giggs is humble. You understand? That's just Giggs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? Giggs don't have nothing. Giggs never tried to prove anything to anyone. You understand? Most of my lot never have. You know what I'm saying? Even though we've got a name for ourselves, it's because we've been active. You know what I'm saying to you? But apart from that, we're just all chilled people.
Yeah. I mean, just talking about that as well, as you mentioned, Giggs, like, it was definitely a thing where you was in prison. We hear free Raver, free Marlon, Carlton on certain tracks. I mean, since coming out, how's the relationship? Is it a thing that where people just do their own
do you know
thing?
what it is? Yeah, people talk, you know what I'm saying to you? But remember, what people don't know, yeah, they're gonna say whatever they want. No one cares, you know what I'm saying to you? From long as we know, you understand what's going on, no one cares. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I'm on a life license.
Yeah.
I can't be seen with no one. I can't be seen chatting to no one I know. You understand? In the past. So what am I gonna do? Am I gonna put myself in that predicament and go back to prison?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to kind of just say to myself, right, you know what? Everyone's grown and everyone's doing what they're doing with their life. So I have to kind of focus on my family and myself. You know what I'm saying to you? So whatever people think and people don't think, no one cares. You know what I'm saying to you? We know the nitty gritty of whatever needs to be, you understand? We know, that's it. We don't need to be, oh yeah, we'll come out and clear things up.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm on life license. You understand? I can't be seen with anyone. You understand? I've got a list of people, the name is so long. I'm banned from Peckham.
Okay,
So why am I going to be like, yeah? It's like coming out, doing music with anyone from my bit now. I'm going to have problems straight away because they're going to think, right, he's come back and he's on the same thing. You know what I'm saying to you? It's because I've been doing music on my own, I'm doing what I'm doing. I've been left alone to do what I'm doing because I'm no trouble to you. Because remember this, you know, all right, I sat in jail, yeah? It was 10 years in. This is before I went to DCAT. A governor come to me and said, let me tell you something. You know, you being in jail for 10 years, yeah, it's unusual for the police to keep on trying to inquire about you and phone up and asking about you.
Okay, wow.
You know what I'm saying? They're saying that's they're saying, we've never seen that before. So what have you done outside? And I said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Because you know me, I've always had that stance. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because remember, even though I was in jail for 11 years, yeah, they were still trying to put me to this Raver's name. You understand? But remember, I've always denied I'm Raver. All over the years. The only reason I'm Raver now because I'm doing music.
Yeah.
So I just, you understand? So when I'm doing music now, it's just me to highlight myself in a different, you know what I'm saying to you, as a different person and say, right, you know what? Yeah, cool, that's my past, but this is me now. And it's just, like I said, sometimes people have that stigma, you understand? And people just think, oh, right, that's that, you know what I'm saying to you? So now, they've seen me that I'm actually just me in it. I'm just a humble person.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've hid that stigma of who I've been for the last 11 years when I've been in jail. And from the governor said it to me, and the governor wasn't supposed to tell me. The governor come to me and said, listen, I don't understand this. How can you be an interest after 10 years? And I said, I don't know. And they said, well, there are people saying that you're lying, because even in my paperwork, they're saying, well, he's lying, and he's trying to trick the system, he's trying to do this, he's trying to do that. And that's how they've had me. You know what I'm saying to you? So being in jail, I had a tough time, not by prisoners, you know what I'm saying, because our thing is different in prison.
Yeah.
I had a tough time by the officers, you understand, the governors. Like listen, I didn't know how to, remember, I never had a release date.
Yeah.
So for me, sitting down every day, I never even count my time. You know what I'm saying? It's only when I went DCAT and I start getting released, I'm like, rah, like, I'm actually here. You understand? They've turned me down over the years for no reason. You understand? Even when I'm being good, you can try to say to you, yeah, when I went first to prison, I was being bad. Yeah, cool. You understand? I was active in the sense of, yeah, I was selling drugs in prison and I had phones here, I had phones there, but it was just getting by. You know what I'm saying to you at the time? Tried to keep contact with my family, my son, and you know what I'm saying to you? So over the years, like, I've been stitched up so much. I've been put in a He-Man suit. You know what a He-Man suit is?
He-Man suit, yeah.
Escape suit. You understand? And the way they stitched me up, they're saying, "Raw, like, yeah, he tried to grab an officer key."
Yeah.
That's when I was on trial. So my trial went left because people don't understand what's gone on, why I've got that long time. So for me, I was stitched up in the sense of police come to the prison and took my DNA. They didn't come like and took me from the prison.
Yeah.
They came and took, you understand? They came, and all these things never got spoken about. You understand? And I sat down and I said to myself, "Wow, what the fuck?" And I said, "Wow, like, what the is going on?" You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Wow, like, this is not a joke." You can try to say this, so loads of things happened to me. And when I got stitched up with the keys, and they're saying, yeah, you tried to grab keys and whatever, yeah, this time I was not even near the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? I'm looking, I'm like, me? They're like, yeah. Put me in He-Man suit. I got fed up, brother. For a couple of months, I said to myself, I got fed up. You understand? And I said, you know what? I've gone to the office one day. I said, listen, you see, if I have to wear this again, yeah, I'm walking around naked. I don't care what you lot say. I said, I'm burning this and I'm walking around naked. You understand? They're like, rah, we're going to check into it. Then I see the officer on the wing and I went up to him. I said, yo, I went mad on him. And he's like, I never said you grabbed no keys. I'm like, what? I just went straight to the officer. I went mad. And he's like, no, rare. But I know why they did all that. You understand? Because at the time my sentence was coming up. And
They're trying to make it look as bad as possible.
Yeah, you understand? And loads of things happened. Like I said to you, like, even when I was on trial, you know, inner London is South London. Yeah. You understand? How can I end up having I had one black jury. Yeah. And the one black jury I had, yeah, they took him off and said, you can't do it no more because someone's sick in his family. Yeah. You understand? So when I start seeing that, yeah, my case was going good. I can tell you, yeah, I'm walking out. I'm walking out because they never had nothing on me.
I mean, what was the actual evidence? Because we're going to say that they found an arsenal of stuff, I'm going to say, because some of the guns that was in that case and like it was crazy. I mean, what was the evidence that they had? At
first, they were saying that DNA, you understand? But they didn't have they had DNA, but the DNA, I think what happened was they lost the DNA. Yeah. You understand? But when they came back to the prison, they've come and held me in the holding cell. Yeah. You understand? And that's when they took the DNA. Because remember at the time, my hand was bleeding. You understand? Because obviously a bullet went through my hand. And I'm like, like, I was vulnerable them times, innit?
The police actually shot you?
No.
Okay.
I was vulnerable them times, innit? Because of my hand. And I'm like, like, I wasn't recovering. I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to fight off 4 officers? Yeah. You know what I'm saying to you? So none of these things have been spoke about in nowhere. You understand? Even when I went to the officers and I'm saying, they said, yeah, they're going to back me up, yeah. Next minute, they're saying, no, can't get involved. You know what I'm saying to you? So everyone was just like doing it was mad. Yeah. So that's when I knew it was going hectic. So I said, you know, I went mad. I said, you know, fuck this, you get me? I just start selling bare drugs. I just got bare phones in the jail, just start mashing up the whole jail until they come one day and say, listen, you need to go, you know. So I'm not going nowhere. Yeah. You know, and like, please, you need to go, rare. Because that time, I was just going mad in the jail. You get what I'm trying to say to you? So for me, I was like, even in the He-Man suit, they found me with a phone. Yeah. You understand? And it was like, because they was trying to do everything to send me bail marshal at the time or ACAT. Yeah. You know what I'm saying to you? But because of how mine was kind of moving, they've tried everything, but it wasn't working. You know what I'm saying to you? And at the time, because obviously, you know, when you're in the He-Man suit, they come to your cell every 20 minutes to watch you. And I said, if you come to my cell every 20 minutes, when did I have time to use a phone? Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say to you? And that's how I end up busting that. Yeah. You know. So listen, there's bare things that happened. People tried to set me up when I was in jail. You know, like with police, like it's mad. Yeah. Like, there's so much thing that's happened.
I mean, do you even with the whole investigation, did they ever tell you how they found the intelligence? Because No.
You know what the thing is, yeah? I know and I don't want to say. Okay. You understand? And that's what it is because...
Do you think there's someone within your team that betrayed you?
Yeah, 100%. You understand? But what it is, sometimes in life, yeah, like for me, like, I've always said to people, if they don't move a certain way, you understand, certain things wouldn't happen. Yeah. You understand? And I remember, because of other people's movement, I got more dragged in, so I tried to drag everyone out. That was, you understand? So it's just basically I wanted to make it my case, not everyone else, because you know when other people involved, it just goes left. Yeah. And that's what I tried to do. You you understand, in the sense of going alone. And when I've gone alone, I got everyone kind of just patting up to say, right, what needs to be said and what needs to be done, patting up everything and tried to fight the case on my own. And then it just went left after they come and took my DNA.
I mean, when you've actually got found guilty and you got the time, was that like a devastating feeling for you?
No. Even like, for me, like I said, yeah, it was just like, deal with it, you understand? So when I got sentenced and that, yeah, because my case was so quick, everything was rushed. Because when I went to the Old Bailey, they was like, this is not serious enough to be here. You understand? And that's when I thought, right, like, how can they say that? You understand? So they gave it in London. And you know, in London is a stitch up thing, like, blatantly. Yeah. And from that, when I got sentenced, all I did, I looked at the police and that, yeah, and they was like smiling, and I just stick my finger up, you understand? I just said, my mom, everyone saw me like, right. I said, I don't care, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? So I was thought, all right, cool, go do my time and come out. But remember, at the time, I didn't know what IPP was. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, I'm a first timer. Yeah. So no one's supposed to be getting them kind of sentence at first time. But the way they tried to stitch everything up, at the time, my cousin been shot up. You understand? And I was sitting down thinking, yeah, if I ever get out, you understand? And that's what I was saying, because I was coming out. That's why I thought I was coming out. Yeah. So I'm saying to myself, when I come out, hell's gonna break loose.
So do you think, in looking at that now, maybe that sentence saved you from a bigger sentence?
Yeah, definitely. You understand? Because I found who I am. You understand? And for me, like I said, because I started to read the Bible and just be in tune with the words more, I said to myself, right, you know what? Like, something has to give, you understand? And my son was growing older and older, so I had to explain to him why I went to prison, what's happened over the years. And I said, you know what, yeah, like, I had to kind of like, you understand, say to myself, nah, this is a joke, because if I knew certain things then, you understand, a lot of things wouldn't have happened. Yeah. And fast forward to 2013, that's when I found out I could sing. Yeah. You understand? And I was saying to myself, if I knew I could sing, I would have never chose crime. Yeah. Remember, you have to understand, some people in life, they know their talent, they know their gift. I didn't know anything because I suppressed mine by dealing with the roadside. You know what I'm saying to you? Selling drugs. So I didn't know my talent, I didn't know my gift. And when I found that out, I said, you know what? Like, I'm gonna just do this and just keep to what I want to do, because at the end of the day, it makes me happy, you understand? And for me to kind of be in tune with myself, you know what I'm saying to you, only can be good for me. And that's why I just stuck with what I was doing. Because even when I was telling people like, rah, nah, man, you can't sing, man. Forget all that, you get me? Man's got a reputation. And I'm saying, listen, like, I don't care about no reputation. You know me already, I don't care about anything. And I don't have no shame. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm going to say, is that many people, like, people tell me, oh, Raver singing. Even I said, singing? No, what do you mean singing? Then I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's singing like doing Nate Dogg, where you're talking kind of road still, but like, nah, he's singing about love. I'm like, hell no. Then I was just like, listen.
A lot of people say it to me. A lot of people said to me, even when they said, even to this day, they said, rah, seeing you singing, I still can't believe it's you. You know what I'm saying to you? Or like, and I said, nah, I'm just being mean. Like, sometimes, like I said to you, you have to be real with yourself. Because I've met loads of people in prison, you understand, and they've got talent, and they're scared what other people are going to say about them. You know what I'm saying to you? They're like, rah, I can sing, you know, but I don't want no one to know because my friend's going to look at me different. I said, why would you care what anyone thinks? You need to do what you want when you want. You can say to you, and that's the thing with me. Like, I grew my son up on, brother, you need to do what you want. You know, so don't come and tell me nothing about, oh, my friend's doing this and I want to do this because of my friend. Are you a leader or a follower? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a follower. You understand? None of my friends are followers. You understand? We're all leaders. We do what we want. You can try to say to you can't worry about what the outside world's going to think. Because remember, sometimes people say, oh, it's my confidence, rare. You're holding back yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're suppressing your gift. You're suppressing your true ability of, you understand, what you need to become in life. So for me, I just said, no, I'm not going to be like thinking about, oh, what is Bobby going to think if I'm started singing? He's going to think I'm soft and rare. I don't care what Bobby thinks. That's why I can go on camera and sing same way and not feel no way. You can say to you, because I only care what my mom thinks. Yeah. And as I'm saying to you, what my son thinks. That's the only people I care about in the sense of what they think.
Is your son aware of your history and reputation?
He's aware of some of it. He doesn't know all of it, you understand, to a certain extent. He's aware of some of it. You know what I'm saying to you? So I always say to him, I'll explain to you whatever, you understand, need to be explained. And for my son, it actually went good for him to understand where I went wrong. And he's kind of just kept himself out of trouble, you understand? Yeah. My son never got into anything, you understand? So I just allow him to do what he wants to do. And this, like I said to someone before, I said, sometimes in life, you can be a parent and you can be a friend.
Yeah.
But you have to know where to draw the line. You know what I'm saying to you? So when my son come to me and said, Dad, this is what I want to do. I said, okay, cool. Because one stage he come to me and said, I want to be a rapper. I think he was at 8 at the time. And I was like, okay. I said, am I a rapper? He's like, no. I said, why do you want to be a rapper? He's like, because of this person and that person. I said, so if that person jumps in fire, you're going to jump in fire. You understand? So I had to break it down to him. I said, all right, cool. You can be what you want, but hear what I'm saying to you. Don't be a dumb rapper.
Yeah.
So go and take your books on and understand what you're trying to do. You understand? Then he came back to me and said, next time he said, I don't want to be a rapper no more. I said, why? You know what I'm saying? I never said, why you don't do that? I said, why? He's like, because it's not me.
Yeah.
So I said, you found out it's not you. Okay. And he said he wants to be a scientist. I said, all right, cool. Do your thing. You understand? So I always have to encourage him whenever what he wants to do. Now he said to me, right, you know what? He wants to do football. But my son's been playing football for a long time and he's very good. And I try to, you got a son, you try to persuade him, like, keep it up, whatever, boom, 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 yeah. You try to give him the options or whatever, but he wasn't really taking it in at the time. You know what I'm saying to you? So when he tried to take it in now, it's like, okay. You know what I'm saying to you? And he's very good at what he does because I think he went for a trial up here, which is Charlton, and got in straight away. And from then, he done the next trial and got into Tottenham. Okay. And then he said, you know what, I'm going to leave there because if I stay here, I'm not going to have the options. You know what I'm saying to you? I need to have to kind of showcase my skills. And it didn't take him time to get through that. So I said, I know, do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I have not been to none of my son's matches. Okay. And the reason why I've not been there because I want him to do him. You know what I'm saying? Because me being there, that'd be more pressure on him. So I say, when he's ready, he will tell me, Dad, this is what, then I'll be there. But apart from that, I just leave him to do whatever he wants to do. So as long as you don't go left and follow people from the roads or try to do none of that. Even one time I said to him, make sure you're not walking around with a knife, He looked at me and said, Dad, you're talking to the wrong guy. Okay, wow. You understand? And when he said that to me, I was like, I said, Dad, you got the wrong guy. You're talking to the wrong guy. Who, me? He said, you're mad. So from that, I said to myself, right, you know what? He's on the right road. So I'm grateful for that reason. So that's why I had to try to change up my pattern in the time to make him know that, right, cool, I went away for a long time. And I know you don't know everything, but I have to do something to make you, understand, feel that, feel proud of, that's my dad. Because sometimes them getting everything when they're young, they didn't understand that. Even though they're proud that, I get anything I want or whatever. So we had to kind of make him understand that, you have to work for this, Don't think I'm just going to give you things, what I'm saying to him. That's how it's always been with him. So right now, he's proud of me doing what I'm doing. And that's all that matters, what I'm saying to you. That's the reason why I don't swear in my music, because my son never heard me swear. My mom never heard me swear. So I'm saying to myself, why am I going to put swearing in my music? And then my mom can look at me thinking, I don't know you like this. What I'm saying?
And you're saying, like, basically, your mom was totally unaware of what you was, your reputation, everything you're doing. She didn't have a clue. Yeah, because my mom is not like, sometimes you got the gangster moms. They know everything. They know what I go on. My mom's the coward. My mom's the opposite. You understand? She don't go raving, none of that. You understand? When I grew up, I've never seen my mom drink. You understand? Much less smoke. You can say to yourself, for me, my mom is like, my upbringing wasn't like, some people say, it's your upbringing. It's never my upbringing. It's the person. You know what I'm saying to you? It's the crowd. You understand? It's the pairs. It's not even like, come on, you know how it goes. You're around people, you understand? And you're thinking, right, you know what? Yeah, everyone's doing what they're doing and everyone's progressing in what they're doing. It's not like, because my man doing this, I'm going to do this and rare. Like I said to you, my mom didn't know anything. You understand? It's only when I got, when they found the car, and she asked me, and I tried to lie to her. You get me? I said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, something. So she will believe me by saying that. So for me, it was just like, I'm sly in it. So I'm always doing things like, I've never brought anything to my house. You know, something. So she would never know. Sometimes if I walk in that house, before I walk back out, believe me, the minute I've gone through that door, she's in my room. You know, I'm searching my room. So it's always been like that. So I've on that mind frame, I was like, nah, never had nothing in my house. You know what I'm saying to you? Because I'm thinking, right, if my mom finds this, she's going to be like, that shit, or it's going to go left. You know what I'm saying to you? So I try to hide it as much as possible. You understand? Is there any part of the old world that you miss a little bit?
Do you know what? Yeah. I wouldn't say I miss anything. You know what I'm saying to you? Because like I said, finding myself now and knowing who I am, you understand, I'll say it's the best time of my life. So I'll say me going to prison, I'll say it's the best time. It's the best. I'll say for me, it was the best thing for me. You understand, going to prison and finding who I am. Because like I said, a lot of people just think, oh, like, they don't know who they are. A lot of people to this day don't know who they are. Yeah. You understand? And the reason why they don't know who they are, because they're concentrating on the wrong thing, which I was doing. Yeah. So,
but is that also kind of like, I guess, being happy, no one can take away happiness in regards to how you feel. But also in regards to spending that whole time, do you think that had you not gone in prison, I know one of the things that maybe you could have ended up with more time, but is there also a thing that you think like, well, had I not gone to prison, I would have been in position as my peers that I grew up with as well. But are you just comfortable with your...
No, I'm comfortable where I am. Yeah. I'm comfortable where I am. I'm comfortable. Because remember, people know me, innit, as a person, innit? And they'll say, right, for Marlon to do that, you know what it's going to be. Yeah. You understand? You have to think, I think of it like this, I was doing the opposite with negative energy, and I still got to where I needed to go. So if I turn around and do the positive now, you understand, with the positive energy, where am I going to go? Yeah. You understand? I'm only going to excel in anything I do. You understand? Regardless of what it is I do, I'm going to excel. So for me, right now, it's like sitting down. If you don't know me, you'll be thinking, oh yeah, he ain't on nothing, he ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying to you? Remember, there's always a bigger plan for me, you know? Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to be out here trying to be some star of...
You don't show all your cards as well?
Yeah. I've never have, you understand? Because for me, what I'm doing now is not actually what I want to do. And let me explain to you why I say that. Some people are artists, you understand? I'll say I'm a musician. Yeah. The reason why I say I'm a musician, because I can write any music and I don't want to be a performer. Okay. You know what I'm saying to you? So I want to be indoors, sit down, you give me a job description and say, listen, I want this kind of song for this or that, and I can write it, you understand? Yeah. And that's what I want to do behind the scenes, production-wise.
Songwriter.
Yeah.
That's where the money is, you know?
But not just a songwriter. I'm saying, like, I want to do projects, you know what I'm saying to you? So for me, I don't mind working with people on projects in the sense of, you know what I'm saying to you, behind the scenes. I don't care about who sings a song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying to you? So for me, I just don't want to be a performer because it's not me. Like I said, that's me. I put myself out there, but putting myself. Remember, I'm a big man. I'm not a kid. You know what I'm saying to you? So I have to kind of be like, like, I've got a child now. You know what I'm saying to you? And for me, I have to focus on my child now. You know what I'm saying to you? Because obviously, my other son had a little bit of this, what my other child having now. You know what I'm saying to you? And I'm just kind of focusing on my family.
Is this your second child now?
Yeah. So I'm focusing on my family life now. You know what I'm saying to you? So the only thing that matters to me right now is my family. You understand? Everything else, my friends and that, my friends are always going to be there. You understand? They're family, but right now I need to focus on my immediate family. You know what I'm saying?
Let's say if you take away everything, the only thing that you really need is your immediate family to be fair in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So summer's coming again now. They're going to be open the doors soon. What songs we got out there to light up the clubs?
You know what? I've got loads, man. But like I said, my true ability, you understand, is like, even now, I'm doing dancehall. You know what I'm saying to you? A lot of people think, I'm a dancehall artist, but I'm not a dancehall artist. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm more R&B, but people haven't heard that side of me. You understand? So I've kind of switched lane at last minute to put out Bashment. But no one will understand that because you're not around me. You won't know. You know what I'm saying to you? So for me, I'm just doing what I'm doing for the time being until I'm ready to excel, ready to understand myself more, because my voice, I've not kind of project my voice out properly, so I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm still trying to find ways of how I can better myself, how do I do certain things, you understand? At the same time, I'm trying to help people, encourage people, you understand, to do the right thing in the sense of, right, you know what, I've learned from people at the same time, no matter if they're older than me or younger than me. You can trying to say to you. So you always have to understand the situations, be like, right, you know what, he's been doing that a long time. I can ask for advice, you know, something, and figure out what area went wrong or what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's always, I've been about that. If I have knowledge, I share the knowledge. You understand? If I have wisdom, it's the same thing. You know something? I'll go and ask other people, right, you know what, can you help me? I'm not scared to ask people for help. You can say, some people be like, right, I'm not going to ask him because you don't know, I've been doing it. Not me, I'll ask you because that's just always been me. You know something? I'm not going to be scared of it. Right, I know. You know what, if you tell me something, right, Marley, I don't like that, you know, I'll look at him and think, like, right, let me try it your way. You know what I'm saying? If it works, I'll say, yeah, it works. If it don't work, I'll say, right, no, I tried it, you know, it don't work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to dismiss you and be like, right, what do you know? Because I'm trying to say to a lot of people do that. And that's why sometimes people ain't getting nowhere in life, because if you can't understand what you're doing, you understand how to be at the same time. Because remember, some people have ego, and I don't have no ego. You know, something that's why I can do what I want to do, be where I want to be. You understand? And do whatever I want because I don't have no ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? I'm just like, okay.
Was there any moment at all? Because I know when I got out, there was a temptation. But if I can just go back this, do it one time quickly and just cut out again. Was there any sort of ever temptation like, you know what? I can quickly go flip this quickly and just relax.
No. Do you know why? All right, let me tell you why. And this is what I had to do to myself before I came out. Remember, yeah? The change wasn't when I came out. The change was before I came out.
Okay.
So for me, I could have still sold drugs being in prison. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? But I kind of took myself away from all that from way back. So I said, if I don't change now, how am I going to change myself when I come out?
Okay.
So when I did come out, and I tried to explain to people I'm doing music and this is what I'm doing, remember, a lot of people can be like, right, yeah, okay, cool. They're going to hear it, but they're not going to believe it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? This as much as you want to say to someone, oh, this is what I want to do, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, cool. A lot of people didn't still believe it. They still don't believe it till this day because they're thinking, right, like, all you need to do is make one phone call and everything's back to normal. And they're saying, right, like, for you not to go back to that, yeah, that's to show you the growth and show you a real, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause remember, sometimes people think being a gangster is about being bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being a gangster is about being you in the sense of, you can turn around and say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? To my heart's not in it no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a gangster is, for you to be you at the time of, you understand change and say, right, you know what? Nah, this is not me. And like I said, yeah, I can make money, you know what I'm saying? But that's not, remember, being in jail, no matter how much money you've got, you're like everyone else.
Yeah.
It's either £10 a week or £35 if you've got
enhanced
money.
prisoner.
You know what I'm saying? If you're enhanced. Apart from that, yeah, you have to live like everyone else. So it doesn't matter what you think and what you don't do, and people don't understand. So I said to myself, if I could live on £10 a week, yeah, you think you can chat to me outside? You think I care what you're doing? You understand? The only reason I'm not doing what you're doing because within me, I'm grown now.
Yeah.
What you're having now, I've had the last 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can still have the same life if I choose to. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm happy to be comfortable how I am. You understand? How I dress, how I look. I'm comfortable. I can come out rough and I wouldn't care what you think. You understand? I can come out crush up. I don't care. People look at me all the time. My mum saying, rah, like, sometimes my mum see my beard and it's all that. She's like, rah, where? I said, mum, man, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? This is me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care if a girl don't look at me. Oh, rare. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? All I care about is what I do and where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? So anything else is relevant.
I think though that there definitely needs to be a form of book or a long documentary, like an hour-long documentary, just detailing, because I think you might not. I mean, I think you know. I think you maybe play it down a bit, but you have a status in Peckham that will ever be there, if that makes sense. You might play it down a little bit like, yeah, no, I'll just be very humble. But you was known for a lot. You had a lot of influence, and like I said, every jail I go to, they'll ask me about 3 or 4 names. You know this person, you know that person. Your name was always there. So it's a thing that where even for the younger generation now, like we got. Obviously, the people that come from Peckham, they've been the Zone 2 era, they had the PYGs before them. I don't even know who's there now, because these 15 and 16-year-olds, there's probably new ones now. We don't know who they are. But I think maybe a documentary of just your life, of how things were in Peckham, you growing up and what ended up going to jail. I mean, they can listen to me and you have a conversation right now, but seeing sometimes is believing. Yeah. So I think that's something that maybe a project that you can work on.
Remember, we spoke about this, and it's not like I don't want to do it, because like I said, if it's going to help in the sense of kids to understand, like, right, you know what, where I've gone wrong, and say, you know what, I can do better. And I'll do it. That's the only reason why we're doing this interview, because if it wasn't going to help someone and people to understand, like, right, you know what, you don't have to do what you're doing now. You know, don't let no one tell you or force you, like, right, yo, this is it, rare. Because remember, if you're going to do bad, and negative, all you're going to do is look over your shoulder every day.
Because why I think you're extremely important is because you had what they all want in terms of the power, being one of the most recognizable person with influence in Peckham. So that's strike one there already. Then also you had the point that where you had the money. Yeah. You was selling the most drugs on ends, like literally, right? So you had all that. So some of these young people look up to these things like, oh, that's what I want to do. But your story shows, you know what? it don't last forever and there's consequences.
It don't, yeah. But at the same time, yeah, what reason are you doing it for? Are you doing it to help others?
And that's the thing. That's the thing.
Most of them are not. You know, they're only doing it to help themselves.
Mm.
And that's where they go wrong sometimes. But like I said, remember, people only respect you and love you in the sense of, you know, something to how you are with them.
Yeah.
You understand? Regardless of if they're nobody or not, you understand, or they're somebody. So you have to say to yourself, like, if you're doing what you're doing, yeah, cool, you can help your family in that, yeah, but are you helping others that you don't know?
Yeah.
You understand? Because some people be like, right, yeah, but you understand? It goes both ways, innit? Like, if you're not helping people who you can help or people that you don't know, then what's the point of you doing what you're doing?
Would you rather be respected or feared?
You know what, yeah, I would never want to be feared, because fair, all right, let me give you an example. It's like putting a dog in a corner, yeah? The dog could be scared. And if you keep provoking the dog and doing whatever you're doing, yeah, what's going to happen? They're only going to bite you. They're only going to lash out. You know what I'm saying to you? So, but if you put love in that dog, yeah, what's going to happen? It's only going to go to love you. So you have to understand, you have to weigh the difference up and thinking fair and love. You understand? And I'll always choose love over fair. You know what I'm saying to you? Because if people fear you, you have to watch your back. Yeah. Regardless of who you are. You understand? It doesn't matter. You could be the baddest man. If you have people fearing people, you know what I'm saying to you? One day they're going to figure out, right, you know, I'm going to have to get this guy, you know, because if I don't get him first, he's going to get me. Yeah. You can trying to say to you. And like I said, a lot of people don't understand the difference of fear and love. Yeah. So most men out here trying to put fear into people, that's up to you. You know, but if you put love into people and make people understand that, right, you know what?
As you said that, I just remember the incident, because the conversation's already travelled too far away. I don't want to take it back over there, but maybe it's hit to you off camera, because there's no point going back over there again, because we've gone from there to kind of show your growth, so there's no point going back over there. But what is it for you now? Like, what's your legacy? What would you want to leave? What do you want to be remembered as?
My legacy now is more like, you understand, I'm just trying to be a good dad, you understand, a good son. Because like I said, I put my mum through hell. Yeah. You understand? And when I say I put her through hell, in a sense of me sitting down for 11 years, what she had to go through, you know what I'm saying to you, is a lot. I don't know, but knowing her, you understand, how she is, it broke her. You understand? It broke her. So that's why I said that for me, I just have to just keep doing what I'm doing and just show her a different side of me, because that way she don't have to be worried anymore, like, is police going to kick off my door? Is people going to, you know what I'm saying to you? But it's life, innit? Whatever happens in life happens, innit? But for now, like I said, I'm just being me and doing what I can for my family. You know what I'm saying to you? And the only person that's important to me right now is my mum and my kids. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I lost my dad coming after 2 years. Okay. And for me, I made a choice, you know, something, and I said to myself, right, you know what? If I kept that, if I pre certain things here, I'm gonna go and do a madness. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So I said, you know what? Let me just talk through my music and just bring it out. You know what I'm saying to you? So all my pain goes through my music. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, if I have a bad day, doesn't mean I'm gonna write a bad song. You know what I'm saying? It just means I'm gonna channel my bad day into a good song, a happy song. You understand? Most of my songs are happy. Even when I'm going through hell, you would never know I'm going through hell. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? And that's why I've learned, like I said to you, I learned to channel my energy into making my music and just say, you know what, this is how I deal with my, you know, situations now. So anything I go for, I say, you know, I'm going to write something. Someone pisses me off, I'm saying, no, I'm going to write something. And so now when I write something, I'm going to write something that I can go back and relate to and be like, right, yo, this is why I wrote this, you know? Because for one song that I wrote, was Showdown. You know, so when I wrote Showdown's a bad song, you know, something lyrically, but if you hear it, you think, right, it's a happy song. But I was going through my dad passing away at the time when I wrote that. You know something, but no one would know. And I've got other songs that I write, you know something to you. But for me, it's like I just have to keep myself going, you know, to kind of live up to, you know what, change who I am, you know, something to who I was. Because even to this day, I'll tell you straight, a lot of people looking at me still thinking, right, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? You know, so I'm saying to the life you used to live. Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? And I'm saying to people like, right, me making a phone call or giving you a link here, I'm being back involved. I wouldn't even do that. You know what I'm saying?
You get those sort of phone calls, yo, give me a plug.
Yeah, I get that all the time. I get people onto me all the time, but I don't listen. Like I said to people, if you're my friend, you'll be happy in what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? You'd understand what I'm doing. If you keep on telling me, oh, wow, this and rare, you're not my friend.
Yeah.
You can say, because you can see my progression, you can see what I'm doing. So as a friend, you'll be like, right, you know what, yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying to you? That's what you want to do? Right, I'm going to support you. But if you kind of tell me, right, you know what, if you do this, oh, we can do this and rare, you're not a friend to me. You know what I'm saying? And I have to make people understand that. I said, brother, now I hear what you're saying, yeah, but fast forward, listen to me now, I understand. I've done 11 years, 2 months in prison, not half. You know what I'm saying to you? You never sat down and done that time with me. So if I never had kids and my mom, you know what I'm saying to you, I'll be like, yeah, all for it. But right now, I'm grown, you know what I'm saying to you? So I have to kind of just understand me. Like I said to you, the change was before I came out of prison.
Yeah.
The change was 8 years before. The change wasn't a year before I come out. You know what I'm saying? It was 8 years before, because I was just into my Bible and I was into my scriptures. You know what I'm saying to you? And I just, from that there, I just changed everything around and said, nah, I'm done. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm done. And that was it. Never sold drugs. I never, you understand? There's certain things I wouldn't do. You understand? Even being in jail, yeah, but 11 years I've been in jail, yeah, I've never violated myself once for no phone. You understand? Because remember, at the time, I never had I can't get extra days. Yeah. So you find him in my phone, it's no, you know, it's not, you couldn't do nothing to me. Like, people don't understand, people go through a lot, you know what I'm saying to you, by keeping us, you know what it goes on, like, I've never once, so I said to myself, you know what, nah, I had to even say, you know what, I'm never gonna, even though I can get next phone back, like, it's mad, because like I said, I was getting like 20 phones in at a time. You know what I'm saying? I was getting a lot of drugs in the prison. And I said to myself, nah, like, after this, I said, nah, I'm done, because the money was there, and so the money was still getting made, but it was like, do you know what, if I don't stop now, when am I going to stop? Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And then I would have ended up being in more problems, you know what I'm saying? And it's mad as well, yeah, because, you know, sometimes, yeah, you've got money, yeah, but because you're putting into people and you're helping people, it's like the risk of everything you're losing. Remember, people don't see your losses. Yeah. They only see what the wins, in the sense of, yeah, in the sense. But remember, every time you're doing certain things, you're helping certain people, you're losing out. Yeah. Every time people lose something, you're the one that's paying it back, and they can't pay you back. So why am I going to be giving myself that stress again? This man owed me 30 grand, that man owed me 20 grand. Why am I going to put myself through that?
Did you have any situations like that when you first started in jail, like sorting out links for people and then things are messed up?
Yeah. You understand? Listen, I was buying drugs for people. Yeah. You know, something to help them. If I'm being inside. And I said to myself, why am I every minute I'm losing 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, why am I keep doing that? You know what I'm saying to you? And this money getting replaced back. So that's what I had to say to myself, I'm not going through that stress again. You know what I'm saying? Why am I going through that stress by putting my trust into what you're doing? I could have just said, you know what, mom, here, or you know what I'm saying to you know what I'm saying to you. So it's long. So I said, I'm never gonna go back in that stress. Like, have 100 grand and then what, please come and take it off me. Money I've got, you can't take my money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that's where I'm living right now, in the sense of, whatever I got, you can't come and take it off me. I can go and put money in my bank. You can't tell me nothing about where this come from, where that don't come from. Yeah. I don't sell drugs. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? Probation knows. Everyone knows, like, no, I don't care about anything else apart from what I'm doing. And
with probation now, how does it work? Because you've been out for a while now. On the IPP sentence, you start to sign in once a month?
No, yes. Before, for the last couple of years, it's been like once a month, you understand? And because of my, obviously, situation, I've been out almost coming up to 4 years now. Yeah. So they had to be giving man a little leeway, in the sense of they can't be too onto man, you understand? But like I said, at the same time, the proof is in the pudding of what I'm doing, you understand? So they know what I'm doing. They've seen what I'm doing. There's evidence to what I'm doing. So they don't really trouble me or on my back about anything, you know what I'm saying to you? I got 1 or 2 little phone calls of they saying, police want to talk to you about certain things, you understand, which is nothing to do with me. And I'm like, listen, I'll be real with you. If you're not coming to arrest me, I don't want to talk to you, because I ain't got nothing to say to you. If you're coming to arrest me, come and arrest me. But don't tell me, there's some incident with some people, in prison, we want to talk to you about some guy. Was he a convert, or was he a Muslim? And I said, listen, are you coming to arrest me? They said, no, it's nothing. I said, well, I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. Only time you can talk to me if you're coming to arrest me. Yeah. Apart from that, we don't need to have no conversation. We're not friends. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not going to talk about anyone to you. I'm not going to give you anything. That's the whole reason why I've done 11 years. Yeah. Because I could have made myself, you understand, I could have made myself, you understand, done lesser time.
Yeah.
So if I didn't do that, why you think I'm going to come and tell you about anyone else now? You know what I'm saying to you? But people don't understand these kind of things. And I say, well, like, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
If you're not coming to arrest me, I don't want to speak to you. Full stop. You understand? Because even like before, like even my probation was like, right, like, I didn't understand. Even certain things happened. He's like, right, certain thing happened. He's like, I don't understand that. They're trying to get me to recall you. And I can't understand why. And I said, no, I'm not recalling him. Because I don't, you know, I never done nothing. I don't even know, you know, I didn't even know about the incident. I'm like, what's that got to do with me? If you're not arresting me, I don't want to know you. It's just straight up. You can come, cool, arrest me. You know where I live. You know what I'm saying to you? Apart from that, I don't want to know. If you're not coming to arrest me, I don't want to hear nothing about Bobby or John or anybody. You understand? Come and talk about me. You understand? As a person. Yeah, you want me? You can come and get me. That's about it. So,
any last words for the youths out there?
Do you know what, yeah, like I said, for me, I would say to the youths, yeah, today, yeah, like, stop looking and watching other people and being encouraged by what other people are doing. You understand? Focus on what you're doing and focus on what your gift is. Because some of us don't know our gift because we're too interested in trying to do what other people are doing. So you need to kind of sit down and say to yourself here, what am I good at? You understand? What do I want to do? What do I want to become in my life? Because right now, the sentences they're giving out right now, yeah, is a madness. You know what I'm saying to you? People I know doing 30 years, 40 years, they're not going to see road for a very long time. And for me, that little short time I've done here, and that was like, yeah, it might seem like, yeah, man, done a long time here, but imagine if I wasn't strong-minded. Because a lot of people go do shorter time and come out and they're in a worse situation, in a worse state. So all I can say to them is like, you don't need to focus on yourself and focus on what you're good at and see that your talent or gift, work with that. Because then you don't have to look over your shoulder every time or be worried about your ups or nothing like that. If you sell drugs, you only look over your shoulder all the time. And don't get it twisted like they won't take everything that you've got, that you've made. So if you're not smart, in the sun, it's going to happen, no matter how smart you are. So you have to just figure out what you're good at, in the sun, what your talent is, and work with that.
And that there, guys, was Big Raver. Peace.